So, yesterday, Matchday 1 of the World Cup finished. We are officially through the first round of matches. It took some time. There are a lot of teams, a lot of groups, but we are through the first round. And I thought, I have mainly done reaction videos on this channel. It is a reaction channel, but I am a huge football guy. So I thought I wanted to do something a bit more football-y instead of just always reactions. So I thought, let's go through the first round and look back at the matches, see who disappointed, who performed extremely well, who are we going to look out for upcoming rounds, which players perform good, all of this shit. So yeah, let's do it. So we started off with the match between Mexico and South Africa, the opening match. I did not get to do a prediction before this because I didn't know it existed. So the first two matches I did not predict. But I'm pretty sure, talking with friends and stuff like that, I called it to be 3-0 to Mexico. So I was one goal off. What I am gonna say about this match is it hugely disappointed. Like very, very bad match. 3 red cards. Some of them were a bit light, I feel like. But overall, the level in this match, hugely disappointed. Mexico, I had pretty big expectations for going into this World Cup. I thought they were going to be good. Completely disappointed me. I thought they played absolutely terrible. They do win 2-0, but that's because South Africa disappointed even more. I had not many expectations for South Africa. I predicted they would go fourth, but they played terrible. Like really, really bad. But Mexico only winning 2-0, and it was definitely not a clean performance. They even got booed by their own home fans. Like extremely bad performance by Mexico, and it does get me a little scared because I have predicted Mexico to win the group. They do not look like a group winning team right now, and we're gonna see it because Mexico, South Korea is gonna play today, I think tonight my time. So it's gonna be interesting because South Korea really surprised me. I'm gonna talk about them in a bit, but it's gonna be surprising to see what Mexico will be able to do when they go up against a team that's better than South Africa, because South Africa was absolutely horrible and Mexico did not play very well against them. So far from the first round, Mexico hugely disappointed, and I do not see them go in. Like I could actually see them drop out of the group if they continue playing like they did. Hugely disappointed. Next match was South Korea versus Czech Republic. Interesting match because of South Korea. Czech Republic, absolutely horrible performance. They managed to score, but not deservingly. I'm pretty sure I said I predicted this to be a 1-1 draw, but I just didn't get it in here in time. But it was a 2-1 to South Korea. I would say I am extremely disappointed in Czech Republic. I thought they played so bad. I thought they played extremely boring football. The only time they did anything was through what's it called? I forgot the now. Like corners and free kicks. I forgot the word for it. Corners and free kicks. That was the only time they did anything. Besides that, boring, slow, defensive football. They didn't look like they want to be there. South Korea, on the other hand, huge surprise. I thought they played really good. I'm excited for them throughout the rest of the group, and I do see them beating Mexico and actually topping the which I'm a bit scared of because I have predicted Mexico to win the group. But I think with the performance of Mexico in first round and the performance of South Korea in first round, I do see South Korea beating Mexico and actually topping the group. So yeah, huge result from Korea, and I'm excited. One of the teams I'm most excited to follow throughout the tournament. Next up, we got the second host nation, Canada versus Bosnia. I predicted it to be a 1-0 for Canada. It turned out to be a 1-1, so pretty close. This match was kind of boring. Let's just say it as it is. Canada, extremely disappointing. I expected more from Canada. Bosnia is kind of the same as with Czech Republic. I thought they played extremely boring, extremely sad football. They mainly relied on corners, free kicks, stuff like that to do anything, and it didn't look like they want to be there. So I expected more from Bosnia, but I expected even more from Canada, and Canada hugely disappointed me. I thought they played extremely boring. I do know Alphonso Davies was not on the team, but still, yeah, I expected more in general. Like, I thought it was really bad. Next up, we got the third and last host nation, United States of America versus Paraguay. I expected the States to go in to this match with fire in their eyes. They wanted to prove themselves. We were in America. Everybody has been talking trash about them. I expected them to go all out. So I predicted they would win 2-0 because I actually had quite big hopes for Paraguay. They're a pretty decent team. But I must say, Paraguay truly disappointed. They played very bad. But on the other hand, as you can see, I predicted a 2-0 for the States, and they won 4-1. And I gotta give them credit. United States of America is probably one of the teams I got most excited by watching in the first match. I thought they played really well. It's some of the more interesting attacking football we have seen so far in the World Cup. They played well together. They were attacking all the time. They looked like they actually wanted to play football. So I'm excited to see how they are gonna perform in this group. I have predicted them to go first in the group, and with the way Turkey played, I could easily see them beating Turkey as well. So yeah, I had pretty big hopes for America actually. I think they could do well and maybe surprise some of the bigger teams as well. Because from what we saw from the first game, I'm impressed. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with them. So good job, United States of America. Next up, huge match. Qatar versus Switzerland. This was a shocker of a match. As you can see, I predicted the match to go 4-0 for Switzerland, and it ended up being a 1-1 tie. Absolute horrendous match. I gotta say, Switzerland, holy shit, they played bad. Like, such a disappointing performance. And on the other hand, Qatar, we gotta give them praises. The amount they have leveled up from 4 years ago in Qatar when they played at home till now, huge upgrade. They played way better. They look more structured. They looked like they didn't fold under pressure. They played solid defense. They had their goalkeeper had an exceptional performance, and in the end, they managed to draw 1-1. But let's be honest, Switzerland should never, ever draw this match. They came up 1-0 through a penalty in the first 10 minutes, and then they just stopped playing football. Like they looked like they didn't want to be there anymore. And then at the end, 91 minutes or something, Qatar equalized 1-1. So this match, very disappointing. And I gotta say, gets me a little worried. I have predicted Switzerland to win this group, but the way they played, let's say Canada or Bosnia decides to actually want to play football, could easily beat Switzerland if they don't start to perform. So yeah, disappointing to say the least. Absolute terrible. Next up, the big match. One of the biggest matches of this first group stage game. Brazil versus Morocco. I predicted it to be a 2-1 for Brazil. I predicted it to be close. Morocco is a very good team. We saw it last World Cup. They came fourth. I don't actually know what they won the African Cup, but then it got moved to Senegal, I think it is, something like that. They came to the final of the African Cup, at least. So Morocco is a very good team, the best team out of Africa for this World Cup and the last World Cup. Brazil, disappointing team throughout the last couple of World Cups. Neymar not fully ready. I don't even know if he's gonna play when he's ready. So there's just a lot of things going around the Brazilian team. Vinicius Jr. Played good. Gotta give him credit. I hate Vinicius Jr. with all my heart, but I gotta give credit where credit is due. He played well. He was the only one on the team who actually looked like he wanted to play football. Rafinha, another disappointing performance for Brazil. It's sad to see because he plays extremely well for Barcelona, but when it comes to the national team, it just doesn't click for him, so that's sad to see. I truly don't understand what Ancelotti's hate is to Endrick. Like, I think Endrick should start. I think Endrick is their best striking option. But Ancelotti does hate. I think it's clear to see now that Ancelotti just hates Endrick. Like, he didn't play him when he was at Real Madrid. He doesn't play him now. As soon as Endrick left Real Madrid to play for Lyon, he started to play well. So, why is he not in the squad? Ancelotti, that's the answer. And I think it's sad because Endrick has a lot of potential. I think he could do very good in this World Cup. I think he could have a bunch of options against Morocco, but for some reason we decide not to play him. Just sad. So yeah, it ended up being a 1-1 draw. I think personally Brazil should have lost that match. Morocco could easily have won without any problem. Sadly, they also started to slag a bit after the first goal, and that was when Vinicius equalized to 1-1, and then Morocco just never really got into the game again. But I think Morocco should easily have beaten Brazil. Brazil was horrible. So yeah, I would say this is a disappointing result from Morocco. Morocco should have won that match, but I think Brazil is happy with a 1-1 with the way they played, to be quite honest. Next up, we got Scotland, Haiti. I predicted it to be a 3-0. It ended up being a 1-0 for Scotland. And also, I want to give huge credit to the Scottish Tartan Army. Absolutely amazing fans. Like, one of the biggest audience moments, like the during the national anthem. Holy shit, they were loud. absolutely amazing atmosphere. Could feel it through the screen. Also, the clips we have seen from Boston with the Tartan Army taking over Boston, they seem like they're having a great party in the States. So shout out to Scotland. But I predicted 3-0. I thought that they would take over the game more with McGinn, McTominay in the midfield, and Andy Robertson on the left. But they didn't really do it. Like, Haiti held on strong. The goalkeeper had a solid performance. The defense had a very good performance. And Scotland just couldn't break them down. I think Scotland is happy to get 3 points. Of course, their first 3 points in the World Cup in I don't know how many years. And they are right now top in the group with Brazil and Morocco, so they are of course happy. But I also think they will be very disappointed only getting 1 goal against them, knowing that they're going up against Brazil and Morocco. So shout out to Scotland, great performance. But I think you should be a bit disappointed with the result, even though you got the 3 points. And I think you should be scared for the next couple of rounds. I did expect more from you. Next up, another shocker of the tournament. Australia versus Turkey. I was not excited for this match. Let's just say it as it is. As I predicted it to be a 1-2. I thought Turkey would own the match and then Australia would hit a counter and score. So I was not excited for this match at all. I thought it would be very boring, but actually this match was pretty decent. Like, it was actually quite good, and I'm very surprised by Australia. I know they made it to round of 16 last time, where they lost to Argentina, but that was in a group with Denmark. Denmark just sucks, so that doesn't count. But I'm actually really surprised by Australia. I thought they played extremely well defensively, like such a strong defense. Nothing got through, and if they can continue to do that, they could easily stop the States, and they could definitely win against Paraguay. So, like, 3 points against Paraguay, tie with States. Australia is through with 7 points in first place. That's pretty fucking good. So yeah, huge surprise by them, and great defense. They did not have a lot in the attack, but they had 2 extremely fast players on top who scored on the counterattacks. So they did what they had to do. Very surprised by Australia. Gotta give them credit. I thought they played amazing. Turkey, on the other hand, holy shit, that was the most garbage team I have ever watched. Maybe besides Portugal. Like, what the hell were they doing? Like, I know Australia played good defense, just credit them. But Turkey looked like they didn't know how to play football. It went so slow. Like, I have never screamed so much at my screen. Like, they played so slow. How do you expect to break down a 10-man defense when you have 4 or 5 touches on the ball every single time? And the only thing that happened was they played it to Arda Güler every single time. And when he got the ball, nothing happened. And then he took a shit shot and missed the goal. Absolutely horrible. And I don't understand why the coach decided not to start Yildiz. Like, the only time Turkey looked even remotely dangerous was in the beginning when Yildiz got on the pitch. Why did he not start? Like, I don't understand it. Absolutely horrible performance by Turkey. And every single tournament, people call them dark horse. And every single time they disappoint, like, very bad performance. But yeah, moving on. Germany versus Curacao. As you can see, I predicted it to be a big game. I said 5-0 for Germany. It ended up being 7-1. Curacao equalized to 1-1. Nobody would have predicted that. But shout out to Curacao. They played a good match. They played with the heart out. They gave it all. Which might also have been their downfall. Like, they got the 1-1 goal, and I think that gave them a lot of hope to push on. Maybe they could score more, but I think that was kind of what opened the defense up too much and allowed Germany to bombard goals. So yeah, 7-1 Germany. Very, very solid performance. I don't think we can say much about Germany from this game. What we can say is they are one of the only big teams who actually managed to beat a smaller team. We have some later performances where big teams disappointed against smaller teams. So we can say Germany, good for them. But Curacao is also the worst team of the small teams. So yeah. I think Germany played solid attacking football. Musiala looked pretty decent coming back from the injury. Wirtz looked like he actually wanted to play football instead of the shit he has been doing for Liverpool. So that's pretty good. I gotta say though, Sané, I have no idea why they keep playing Sané on the right wing. Sané hasn't been good for the last 7 years. Sorry, but he was brilliant, and then he just completely fell off. and I can't remember the last time I saw a good Sané performance. So yeah, I don't know why they keep starting him. He played terrible in this match as well. I know Leonard Carl is not there and stuff like that, but I just think they gotta have better options than Sané. He played horrible. But yeah, Curacao, I don't see you guys getting any points, but I think you played well. I think you played brilliantly and valid, and yeah, it's probably gonna be 0 points. Germany, strong start. And you should also just get all 9 points, I feel like. Yeah. Next up, we got Netherlands, Japan. Netherlands disappointed quite a bit. I predicted it to be 2-2. It was kind of a last minute switch. I had it for 2-1 before that. And then right at the end, before the match started, I switched it to 2-2 because I just felt like Netherlands, there's just something about them. It doesn't feel like a Netherlands World Cup. And watching them play, it wasn't a Netherlands World Cup. They looked slow, they looked idealist, they didn't know what to do. One of the goals was from corner, I'm pretty sure, Van Dijk. The other goal, I cannot remember. They just didn't, they did not play well. In my opinion, they played slow, they played boring, they didn't look like they had any ideas. Where on the other hand, Japan played really good. Like, they surprised me a lot, and I could see them getting an upset and actually going far in this tournament. They played really well. They kept their heads high. They managed to come back twice and get the draw against Netherlands, who is and who should and was going into this tournament probably the favorites in this group. So shout out to Japan. They played really well, and I could see them getting an upset. I could see them getting 3 points against Tunisia, maybe another draw against Sweden, and then suddenly they are through. So good job, Japan. Ivory Coast, Ecuador. I predicted this to be a 1-0. No, sorry, I predicted this to be a 2-1 for Ecuador. It was a 1-0 for Ivory Coast. I just numbers mixed up. Very boring match. Very back and forth. A lot of attacking, a lot of shots and goals. But overall level of these two teams disappointed me a lot. I actually thought that both Ivory Coast and Ecuador could be kind of dark horses going into this tournament, but their attacking level extremely disappointing. Like, they played solid, like around the midfield, solid defense, both teams. The attack on both teams, though, so bad. Like, the amount of chances and shots and goals that there were, and it only became a 1-0 victory. Yeah, absolutely terrible. Nothing much to say about this match. Disappointing from both teams. Entertaining because of all the shots, but disappointing from both teams. Next up, with what I would say is probably one of the shocks, not shocks, but one of the surprises, I would say, of this first round is Sweden. Sweden versus Tunisia. I predicted it to be a 2-0 victory for Sweden. Tunisia, I thought maybe could do something against them. They have an okay squad, nothing incredible, but they have a pretty decent squad. And Sweden has been very underwhelming the last couple of years and haven't played well. But shout out to Sweden. Like, they played extremely good football. They won 5-1. Their attack looked perfect. Not perfect. They looked really good. Isak and Gyökeres, like, a lot of people have been saying, like, can they play together? Two top strikers, normally not playing together. Usually they are playing with only one at the top for the teams. Now they play together too. Could they get it to work? From what I saw, it worked. They played good together. There was some mismatches throughout the match where you could see that they aren't used to playing together and stuff like that. But overall, I think they performed really well, and I could easily see Sweden also looked pretty decent in the back, and they had a bit of problems in the defense, and which is also why Tunisia ended up scoring. But overall, I would say they had a pretty decent showing in the defense, strong midfield, very good attack. I could see them taking points from the Netherlands as well, and maybe, who depends on how Japan plays, could also get points in a victory for Japan. So Sweden could, with the way they played in the first round, could easily take the group, which is sad because I predicted the Netherlands to win the group, but I could see Sweden taking the group. So, yes, next up, Spain versus Cape Verde. Holy shit, disappointing match. I predicted it to be a 5-0. As you can see, it ended up being a 0-0. Absolutely terrible. What happened in the match? Obviously, Yamal didn't start because he came out of injury. So he did not start. He came on in like the 75th minute, I think. I think maybe... oh shit, sorry my voice. I think maybe that could have changed something if he had started in. And Nico Williams also came on extremely late. Could maybe also have changed something. But overall, I just think Spain played extremely slow compared to normal Spain. Slow, boring. There weren't many like fast 1-2 passes through the middle, which was what they tried. Like they tried to play through the middle, and it just didn't work because it went too slow. And then when they tried to play it out on the sides, it did not work either because Spain played with two people on the wings that are not wingers. They played Gavi, who is not a winger. He's a aggressive central midfielder, not a winger. And then they played Ferran Torres, who is a striker, not a winger. So there were no like one-on-one action out there. So they had to play through the middle, and it went too slow. Also, let's just take it as it is. I'm a Barca fan. Ferran Torres plays for Barca, but what the actual F was that from Ferran Torres? Like, I have seen some horrible performances from Ferran Torres for Barca, but what was that? He had like what 3 or 4 almost open goal chances, and he missed. So shit. Like if De La Fuente starts Ferran Torres in the next match, that's insane. Like I cannot see how the hell yeah, that was just absolutely horrible. I think Spain will tidy up and take them like get their shit together for the next match. So I don't think we have to take this as a warning sign that Spain is gonna flop this World Cup. I think they will get their shit together, but this is definitely. I think I would probably say this is the biggest shock of the first round. Like Cape Verde drawing with Spain, like insane, absolutely insane, and nothing much to say other than Spain needs to get their shit together for the next round. And also, I just gotta say, like, these matches, like, I have so far watched every single match of this World Cup. And I will try to continue to do so. But these matches are absolutely horrible time scheduling for Denmark. Like, some of the matches start at 6 in the morning and end at 8 in the morning. Like, it's absolutely horrible. And on a day like last night, the last match started at 4 in the morning, ended at 6 in the morning. And then I had a meeting at 11:30. So I have gotten like 4.5 hours of sleep tonight. So I'm fucking tired. So if I'm like closing my eyes and thinking of rubbing my eyes, it's just because I'm tired because of these shitty ass schedules. But yeah, moving on. Belgium Egypt. I thought this match was gonna be quite boring. I think the teams matched up pretty decent against each other, but I did think Belgium was gonna get it done because they have a better team overall, in my opinion. But once again, that's something we have said about Belgium for the last 10 years with their golden generation, and they haven't really ever performed. So maybe it was just foolish of me. But I predicted 2-0. It ended up being a 1-1 draw. So yeah, you can say they matched up pretty decent, like I predicted. Egypt, I don't know if I'm gonna say they surprised me, but I think they played pretty decent, and I could see them maybe getting an upset in the round somehow and moving on from the groups. Who knows? Next up, Saudi Arabia. I've just forgot the name. Saudi Arabia and Uruguay. I'm just gonna say, I don't know how to pronounce that name in English. I'm gonna say it in Danish. Uruguay. Saudi Arabia and Uruguay. I predicted 3-0 for Uruguay, and it became a 1-1 draw. And once again, we just Uruguay disappointed for sure. I thought maybe Valverde and Nunez could do some magic and get some goals, but I gotta say they really disappointed, and I could see them flopping out of this tournament completely. I think they played extremely boring, completely shit football, and they did not look like somebody who wanted to be there. Saudi Arabia, on the other hand, we just gotta give them credit. This is the second World Cup in a row where they have surprised an South American team. Last time it was the opening match against Argentina, where they beat them 2-1, and this time it's 1-1 against Uruguay. So shout out to Saudi Arabia. They are getting some results. I could see Uruguay flopping this tournament for sure. Very disappointing. Next up, Iran versus New Zealand. This is my match of of match day one. Like I thought this match was absolutely brilliant. It was at 3 at night, like 3 in the morning till 5 in the morning. And it was one of those matches where like, holy shit, I'm really gonna stay up to watch Iran versus New Zealand. But I gotta say, I am happy I stayed up. Absolute brilliant match. Like attack on attack on attack on attack, like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Wonder goals from New Zealand, good goals from Iran. Like absolutely brilliant match. And New Zealand came to play. Like I had zero expectations of New Zealand going into this World Cup at all. I thought they would get demolished, 0 points in the group. They actually came to play. Like shout out to New Zealand. Iran, I don't know. Can they do something? Maybe. I don't know, but New Zealand, shout out to them. They actually came to play, so good for them. A lot of talking, we need some water. Water! Next up, we got France versus Senegal. And as you can see, this was my multiplier match, and I predicted it correctly, so 60 points. Let's go. I predicted 3-1. I was pretty certain France would win this one. They do just have the better team. Yeah, like, let's be honest, France is a cheat code. The amount of attacking power they got. Like, I want to say that the French defense played shit. The midfield was not playing very good either. But when you have players like Mbappe, you have players like Olise, you have players like who else actually played good? Like Rabiot played pretty decent as well from the defense or mid. I don't actually know what. I think he might be a midfielder. He played pretty decent. But like when you have Mbappe and Olise, it's just a cheat code. Dembélé once again disappointed for the national team. Doué never really got into the match. Shaqiri when he got on the pitch also disappointed quite a bit. But you have Mbappe, you have Olise. It's a cheat code. 3-1. Senegal did kind of disappoint me actually. I had big expectations for Senegal to put up a fight, but as soon as second half started, yeah, they just looked like they didn't know how to play football anymore, sadly. So yeah, a convincing 3-1 for France. I mean, France is just gonna win the group now. I could see them struggle against Norway maybe, but they still should win that match, I think. Yeah, France should just win the group now. Next up, Iraq versus Norway. Norway is finally at the World Cup. Holland has finally showed up at the World Cup. Glad to see him there. Glad to see Norway. As a Dane and Denmark not being in the World Cup, I gotta say, I am kind of rooting a bit for Norway. So it's nice to see they got off to a great start. I gotta say, I think Iraq played pretty decent. And I kind of have Iraq as a bit of an underdog in this group. I think they will not go through, but I could see them. I did predict that they could maybe get an upset against Norway, and I could see them get an upset against Senegal. They are not a bad team. But with them starting off with a 0-3 loss, I think they are kind of like out of it. I don't think they will get it anymore. I think if they got a 1-1 or 2-2 draw against Norway, then maybe they could get an upset against Senegal, and then something would look good for them. But now with a 3-0 loss in the first match, I think it's done for them. Holland, 2 goals. What can we say? It's Holland. He has scored in his debut in Champions League, his debut in Premier League, his debut in Bundesliga, and now his debut in World Cup. He is just a phenomenal striker, an absolute legend, and I hope we get to see Norway go far in this tournament so we can see Holland at the biggest stage for more time. That is the thing with bigger stars at smaller countries. Like, let's say France, for example, we will always see Mbappe for a long time in these tournaments, whereas with Norway and Holland, not as much. So hopefully Norway will go far. But let's also just appreciate what a day this was. Like, first Mbappe and France, and Olise and France, and then Holland and Ødegaard and Norway, and then at the end of the day, at 3 in the fucking morning, the GOAT enters the World Cup. Argentina versus Algeria. And you can argue whatever you want about the tackle. I've seen a lot of people on the internet like saying it's a red card. Personally, and you can call me Messi lover or whatever you want, I don't care. Personally, I don't think it was a red card. I would 100% agree it should have been a yellow. I don't know how he did not get a yellow. I don't think it's a red card because the player was already falling before. Like, the defender was diving. Like, the defender was diving before Messi was even there. And then Messi stepped on his leg. So yellow, not red. But besides that, fuck the refereeing, all of that. What can you say? He is just the GOAT. The man goes out to his 6th World Cup. A lot of injuries up to. People didn't even know if he was gonna play. Shows up, bang, 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 hat-trick. Easy. And it's not an easy hat-trick either. First goal, brilliant. Second goal, tap-in. We gotta be honest, at the right position, but tap-in. Third goal, Messi classic. Taking it into the middle, curving it into the bottom left corner. Brilliant. Absolute GOAT. And I also predicted it correctly. 3-0. It ended up 3-0. I have high hopes for Argentina this tournament, and seeing this performance from Messi, like, I thought this might be a tournament where it had to come from the others, Alvarez, Fernandez, Martinez, but with Messi doing this performance in the first match, this could be a good tournament for Argentina. It could be the back-to-back. Next up, Austria versus Jordan. I predicted it for a 3-0. It was a 3-1. I think Jordan played pretty decent, hold on for a long time, and then Austria in the final 20 minutes or so put on the pressure a bit. Sorry, once again, 4 hours of sleep. They put on the pressure a bit and scored 2 more goals. I would say it wasn't as clean of a performance from Austria as I expected, but they got the job done. So good for them. Good for them. Yes, it is. Portugal Congo. What a disappointing match. And I'm not just gonna say that because Ronaldo and stuff like that. Ronaldo, I said it. Go watch my World Cup prediction video. I said it. I think if Portugal needs to go far in this tournament, Ronaldo should not start. Ronaldo should come on in the final 20 minutes and do his Ronaldo thing because he is an exceptional striker. He has the IQ, he has the timings, all of that. Come on in the final 20 minutes and make the difference. Ronaldo should not start. And we saw that yesterday. Like, holy shit, he played bad. And not just him, the entire Portugal team played shit. Nuno Mendes disappointed. Vitinha, I love Vitinha, such a great midfielder. Probably one of the best midfielders alongside with Pedri. What the hell was that? He played terrible. Bruno Fernandes never really got into the match. João Neves, I think he played pretty decent. He also scored the goal. But yeah, just overall, very disappointing from Portugal. They looked like they didn't know what to do. They looked frustrated. They yelled at each other, especially Bruno. Just disappointing. And shout out to Congo for getting the goal and drawing. I don't think you will get any more points than that, but good job. Good job. Maybe they could actually get some points from Panama, but who knows? Good job. Next up, probably the match of the first round. If you don't take Brazil and Morocco, this would probably be the match of the first round. Like matchup wise, not that England Croatia. I predicted a boring 1-1. I actually tried to change it to 2-1 at the very end, but it didn't save it. So my prediction was 2-1, but it says 1-1 here because it didn't save for some reason. But it ended up being a 4-2 for England. I gotta say, Croatia looked sloppy. They looked boring as always. Croatia has always been a boring team, but yesterday they just looked extremely boring, and Modric looked slow and tired, which is also something I predicted in my World Cup prediction. Once again, shout out to that video, go watch it. I predicted that this time around, Croatia was done. And I said that every single time we say that Croatia are done, and then somehow they show up again with Modric and perform. But this time I said it was over. And from what I saw yesterday, of course they could pick up the pace in the next couple of matches, as they usually do. But I personally just thought that Modric looked off yesterday. Perisic also, he was okay. He was better than Modric, but still kind of off. And those are the two star players. And when those two are off, it's just not really clicking in the attack. Defensively, they looked weaker than they have done for the previous 2 World Cups. That's not a good start because Croatia is very much relying on their defense to keep the matches going. 2 extra time, 2 penalties. So if they are slacking, not looking good for Croatia. England, on the other hand, I was very happy to see because England has such potential with the players they have in the squad. But with Southgate as manager, England just played the most boring, shitty ass football we have seen at international tournaments for the last couple of years. So thank God that they have gotten Tuchel in as coach, because he actually wants to play attacking football. And it was such a lovely thing to see. Harry Kane pulling back, starting up to play. Harry Kane played almost more as a midfielder than he played as a striker. And still he managed to get 2 goals. Like one of them, of course, off penalty. But such a brilliant performance from England. I have very high expectations from England after watching the first match. Especially because it's against Croatia. So shout out to England. I absolutely loved the match you guys had. Round of applause. I hope you're going far. I thought you played brilliant. I want to see some good attacking football. You delivered a good attacking football. So very good. Next up, Ghana, Panama. I had no idea what to expect from Panama going into this. Never seen a Panama match. And Ghana has some pretty decent players. So I predicted a 3-0 match. But I gotta say, this is probably, besides maybe Portugal, Congo, probably the most boring match I've seen in this first match day. Really, really boring. I gotta say, Panama came out strong in the first like 20-25 minutes, and I was really impressed by Panama. But then after the water break, the hydration commercial break, whatever you want to call it, in the first half, Panama just completely lost it and started to look like they didn't know what they were doing. But the defense held tight, and even though Ghana had a lot of chances, they never really got to score. But I also just want to say the overall level of Ghana looked extremely bad compared to what I thought they would be. They had a lot of passes out to the wingers, and you could clearly see that game plan was a long ball out to the winger, and then the winger to do something. And the reason I say the winger to do something is because I don't know what they were supposed to do, because the wingers was absolutely shit. Like the amount of times where there was a good pass out to the winger and then the winger couldn't stop the ball. Like he just completely missed the ball. Like how are you expected to play out to the winger and he is supposed to create an attack when the winger cannot tame the ball? Like it was so horrible, like absolutely garbage from the wingers of Ghana. They could not control the ball from any passes, like so bad. But Ghana managed to get a 1-0 at the end, like 93 minutes or something. So good job, Ghana. You get the 3 points. But with the way they played both teams, I don't see Ghana or Panama getting any more points group. Like England, Croatia should just clean it from now on. Yeah. The final match, I was really tired. I knew I had to get up early, so I gotta be honest, I was not paying much attention for this match. Uzbekistan versus Colombia. James Rodriguez, what I did notice, James Rodriguez, extremely disappointing. He looked slow, he didn't really hit the passes, he just didn't really seem like he was there at all. So disappointing from James Rodriguez. Luis Diaz, on the other hand, played really well. He got a goal, he got an assist as well, I'm pretty sure. And we also know that he can play better than that. So I have expectations from Colombia still. Sorry, that's disgusting. My bad. Still got huge faith in the fact that Colombia can do something at this World Cup. But watching it yesterday, it has to come with Diaz. So can he solo carry the team? Who knows? Yesterday they won 3-1. I don't see Uzbekistan getting more points either. They played decent defensively, pretty decent goal as well, but I don't see them getting any either. So yeah. What can we say? I think Mexico is gonna flop, sadly. South Korea is gonna surprise us. Canada needs to pick up the pace. Bosnia needs to pick up the pace. United States of America, I think you guys are having a great, brilliant first match, and I hope you guys are gonna continue because you guys played really well. You guys are my surprise of the first round. Absolutely lovely. Paraguay, you guys look disappointing. You are way below what I expected. Don't think you guys are gonna do anything in this group. Qatar, I'm glad you got your first point. I don't think you're gonna get any more because it was just a bad match from Switzerland. Brazil, Morocco, bit disappointed you guys did not get the win. Brazil, you guys need to pick up the pace. You guys were horrible, especially in defense and midfield. Brazil is gonna flop this tournament, I think. Morocco, please pick up the pace. I would love to see you guys go far again. Haiti, great defense, great goalkeeping. It was the easiest match. You guys are not gonna get any points. Scotland, glad to see you guys at the World Cup. Love the fans. Quite disappointed you only got a 1-0 win. And I don't see you guys doing anything against Brazil and Morocco if that's the level you guys are gonna play at. So you guys need to pick up the pace. Australia, huge surprise. And I'm very excited to see them this round against United States of America. I think it's gonna be a banger match. So shout out to Australia. Turkey, absolute disappointment. You guys need to pick up the pace or you guys are gonna be the flop of the tournament once again. Germany, solid performance. You can't really say much because it was against Curacao, but keep it going. Curacao, love the spirit, love the fans, everything. Keep going. Maybe you can get a result. Netherlands, disappointing. You guys need to pick up the pace if you guys are going to win the group as I predicted. Japan, solid performance. You guys can definitely do something in this group. Keep it going. Ivory Coast, Ecuador, you guys very disappointing, both of you. You guys need to pick up the pace if you guys are to get the dark horse certification as a lot of people have given you, but you guys need to pick up the pace. Sweden, very strong first performance, and I could see them being a dark horse if they're gonna keep up the pace, so hopefully they do. Tunisia, very disappointing, have also fired their head coach, so that team is just in shambles, I guess. flop. Spain, Cape Verde. Spain, please pick up the pace. You are tournament favorites together with France. 0-0 against Cape Verde. Absolutely disgraceful. Pick up the pace. Cape Verde, solid goalkeeping performance of the year. I don't think you guys are gonna get any more points, but who knows? Maybe something can happen. Belgium, Egypt, both teams looked solid, nothing special. I think they will become first and second in the group, but I could also definitely from the Belgium side need to pick up the pace a bit. Saudi Arabia, another big performance in the first match day, but that was also where it ended last time, and I think it's also where it will end this time. Uruguay, absolutely disappointing. I could see them become flop of the tournament if not for Turkey. So they need to pick up the pace. Iran, New Zealand, love the match. I don't know how much more you guys are gonna perform, but I love the match. Hopefully we will see more from you too. France, Senegal, France. Keep doing what you're doing. Need to get a stronger start than the first 45 minutes, but the last 45 minutes you guys showed the class, so keep doing what you're doing. Senegal, huge disappointment. I expected more. Iraq, Norway. Iraq, I predicted you guys to do a bit more in this match, and since you didn't do it, I think you guys are just gonna go through with 0 points now. Norway, bit of a slow start, but then you guys started at the to do something at the end. So shout out to Holland. I could see you guys winning against Senegal and maybe drawing against France. So you guys go. Argentina, Algeria. Argentina, huge start. Messi with the hat trick. I could see Argentina go far this tournament, sure. Huge start. Algeria looked boring, slow, disappointing. I don't see them doing anything. Austria, Jordan, Austria. They got the job done. I will see them beating Algeria and Jordan. 0 points. Portugal need to pick up the pace. Ronaldo needs to start on the bench, come on in the last 20, or this Portugal team will not make it out of groups. Or they will make it out of groups, but they will not make it far if that's the way they are gonna play. So Portugal need to pick up the pace. Congo, shout out to you guys for getting the point. Maybe you can get points from I don't actually know the group. Either Ghana, Panama, or Uzbekistan, Colombia. I cannot remember the group. I think it's Uzbekistan, Colombia. You guys could probably get points from Uzbekistan and then lose to Colombia. England, great first performance. I see you guys going far this tournament if you guys are gonna keep up the attacking play. Croatia, kind of disappointing, but also kind of what I predicted. So let's see if they start to pick up the pace in the second match, as they usually do. Ghana, disappointing. I don't see you guys going far. Panama performed better in the 25 minutes than I expected, but I do not see you guys going any further than 0 points. Uzbekistan, 0 points, I guess. Colombia, James Rodriguez needs to pick up the pace. Diaz needs to keep doing what he's doing. Then maybe they can do something at this World Cup. And that is my match day 1 thoughts. Holy shit, that was a long video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will do it for the next match day as well, and the third match day, and then I'm going on vacation, so I don't know if I will be able to do it for the round of 16, round of 32, but let's see. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the match day 1, what you guys think of match day 2, and yeah, remember to like, comment, and subscribe as always, and I will just see you all next time. Peace out.